Sandman Stories presents the Panchatantra from 200 to 300 BCE, written possibly by Vishnusharaman. Okay, this is going to be a multiple-part series. Today I'm just doing the introduction. This is a book written between 200 and 300 BCE and based on older oral tradition. We don't know the name of the author, but sometimes it's been given as Vasubhaga, sometimes it's Vishnusharaman, but it is a classic piece of literature in Hindu text. Okay, let's begin. Introduction. One Vishnusharaman, shrewdly gleaning all worldly wisdom's inner meaning. In these 5 books the charm compresses of all such books the world possesses. And this is how it happened. In the southern country is a city named Maiden's Delight. There lived a king named Immortal Power. He was familiar with all the works treating of the wise conduct of life. His feet were made dazzling by the tangle of rays of light from jewels in the diadems of the mighty kings who knelt before him. He had reached the far shore of all the arts that embellish life. This king had 3 sons. Their names were Rich Power, Fierce Power, Endless Power, and they were supreme blockheads. Now when the king perceived that they were hostile to education, he summoned his counselors and said, "Gentlemen, it is known to you that these sons of mine, being hostile to education, are lacking in discernment. So when I behold them, my kingdom brings me no happiness, though all external thorns are drawn. For there is wisdom in the proverb, of sons unborn or dead or fools, unborn or dead will do. They cause a little grief, no doubt, but fools a long life through." And again, "To what good purpose can a cow that brings no calf nor milk be bent? Or why beget a son who proves a dunce and disobedient? Some means must therefore be devised to awaken their intelligence." And they, one after another, replied, "O king, first one learns grammar in 12 years. If this subject has somehow been mastered, then one masters the books on religion and practical life. Then the intelligence awakens." But one of their number, a counselor named Keen, said, "O king, the duration of life is limited, and the verbal sciences require much time for mastery. Therefore, let some kind of epitome be devised to wake their intelligence. There is a proverb that says, since verbal science has no final end, since life is short and obstacles impend, let central facts be picked and firmly fixed, as swans extract the milk with water mixed." Now, there is a Brahmin here named Vishnusharaman with a reputation for competence in numerous sciences. Entrust the princes to him. He will certainly make them intelligent in a twinkling. When the king had listened to this, he summoned Vishnusharaman and said, "Holy sir, as a favor to me, you must make these princes incomparable masters of the art of practical life. In return, I will bestow upon you 100 land grants." And Vishnusharaman made the answer to the king, "O king, listen, here is the plain truth. I am not the man to sell good learning for 100 land grants. But if I do not, in 6 months' time, make the boys acquainted with the art of intelligent living, I will give up my own name. Let us cut the matter short. Listen to my lion roar. My boasting arises from no greed for cash. Besides, I have no use for money. I am 80 years old, and all the objects of sensual desire have lost their charm. But, in order that your request may be granted, I will show a sporting spirit in reference to artistic matters. Make a note of the date. If I fail to render your sons, in 6 months' time, incomparable masters of the art of intelligent living, then His Majesty is at liberty to show me his majestic bare bottom." When the king, surrounded by his counselors, had listened to the Brahmin's highly unconventional promise, he was penetrated with wonder, entrusted the princes to him, and experienced supreme content. Meanwhile, Vishnusharaman took the boys, went home, and made them learn by heart 5 books, which he composed and called 1. The Loss of Friends, 2. The Winning of Friends, 3. Crows and Owls, 4. Loss of Gains, 5. Ill-Considered Action. These princes learned, and in 6 months' time they answered the prescription. Since that day, this work on the art of intelligent living, called Panchatantra, or the 5 books, has traveled the world, aiming at the awakening of intelligence in the young. To sum the matter up, Whoever learns the work by heart, or through the storyteller's art, becomes acquainted, his life by sad defeat, although the King of Heaven be his foe, is never tainted. End of introduction.